I think 2025 could be such a special year for Turbo because hypothetically, going to the price of 50 cents, I don't see why that wouldn't be the case. Again, even though that's not financial advice, why am I focusing on 2025 again this year more specifically? The reason is because if we take a look back in history, we'll know that, sometime this year, things could be very special. We take a look at how the last Bitcoin halving event happened back in April. Now, why does this matter? Because historically, altcoins, as a worst case scenario, they usually peak around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event. So basically a year and a half. Now again, last Bitcoin halving event happened back in April 2024 last year. 18 months from then is actually around October of this year in 2025. So it feels like it's not even that far away at this point. Now, granted, people may think, okay, it feels a little bit far, but history doesn't always repeat itself. It could happen a little bit sooner. It could happen maybe a little bit later. We just don't know. But in my opinion, that does give a good benchmark as to what we could very well see hypothetically, or what we could very well anticipate when it comes to Turbo. Because if you take a look at Turbo, this is a very special meme coin that has a very dedicated and strong community. It's not the biggest out there, but the passion is really there. It's listed in over 100 spot exchanges, which is insane. That's like very impressive for a meme coin. Many meme coins out there, they can't even get 10. So this right here is legendary status. And not to mention as well, if you take a look at Turbo, the unique selling point that it has is that unlike many other meme coins out there, they're trying to copy a Dogecoin or Shiba Inu. I think that's a big mistake because why copy them? Be different, be unique. And Turbo, they understand that. They're like, okay, we're not going to be a dog team meme coin. We're not just going to be some random meme coin that we make for fun. What are we going to be? We're going to be a meme coin created by AI. And people, they latch onto narratives. We all know that people like NFT projects. They like DeFi projects. They moved on to blockchain gaming. But it's only fair to assume that the next evolution is going to be a unique meme coin, which I think the hype for meme coins is still there. And I think it's going to become even bigger as this bull run progresses. But even besides that, another big narrative is AI. And some of the hype for AI kind of did die down, let's face it. But I think better days are ahead because as that attention grows for AI, people are going to look at, okay, what is a meme coin that has an aspect of AI? Even though Turbo does not have any of these fancy AI capabilities. I'm not talking about like an artificial superintelligence alliance or the ASI alliance, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about a BitTensor. I'm not talking about an AOS. This is not what Turbo is. Again, it's just a meme coin created by AI. But then the average individual, they probably don't really know much about that. And they're like, oh, wow, this is cool. But I know about this. And still, even despite that, I'm bullish on it. Why is that? It's because I love AI and I love Turbo. So having something that kind of combines the both, even though the AI aspect really isn't there, it's just a marketing gimmick in my opinion, but it's clearly working. I mean, if something is able to be listed in over 100 spot exchanges, which many even amazing projects out there that aren't meme coins, they have a very difficult time even achieving anything close to this. If, let's say, the community is this passionate, if it has this much fans, if the project has a market cap that is pretty massive, which Turbo has all of that, then clearly this marketing gimmick, quote unquote, the way I take a look at it is clearly working because even I believe in it. You know what I mean? So when people like to say that, oh yeah, Turbo, it's a meme coin created by AI, doesn't even have any quote unquote AI capabilities, this is caca, no one's going to believe in it. Well, again, when people say that, I think the exchange listings, the market cap, the fans, the community, that would beg to differ. That would argue. That would be enough of an argument, in my opinion, to really kind of silence that argument in a sense. Now, people may think that, okay, when it comes to Turbo, it's a little bit lazy. It's not really innovating. Well, if you think about it, Turbo did have something regarding motorsports. Now, you may be thinking, okay, who cares about this? But then it was actually through a subsidiary of Animoca Brands. So if you think about that, you may be thinking, okay, who's Animoca? Animoca is actually one of the biggest things out there pretty much. At one point, it was valued at around $5 billion. And people may be thinking, okay, again, what is Animoca? If you take a look at a very famous subsidiary of Animoca Brands, that is something called Sandbox. And yeah, you heard that right. I'm talking about like Sandbox, the metaverse. I think that right there is amazing. Not to mention as well, if you take a look at Turbo, there's something called Turbo Swap and Turbo Chain. Now, this is through Aurora Labs. And this right here showcases that Turbo isn't necessarily lazy because Turbo, they could have very easily decided to not do anything, not want to look for partnerships, not really look for more exchange listings, also not really care about Turbo Swap or Turbo Chain. But I think this right here showcases that they're not lazy, and again, they're willing to put some effort. Other meme coins out there, they feel completely lazy, they don't care, but this one actually cares. And when I see stuff like this, it gives me a good indication that this project is going to be around for the long haul. It doesn't seem like it's going to disappear after this board is over. Also, it doesn't feel like it's just randomly going to go to Kaka and then, go completely off into the abyss. It doesn't feel like that to me, at least. And the way you take a look at it is that 50 cents really isn't that ridiculous anyways. You have to take a look at the bullish factors that are present during this board run, the Bitcoin ETF, the Ethereum ETF. We all know that right there is good for creating positive sentiment for the crypto space overall. Not to mention, you take a look at how there's over 600 million crypto owners. That's more than ever before in history, according to Crypto.com research. So in terms of the buying pressure, the buying volume, and the FOMO, this time around could be legendary. Also, you take a look at the amount of enterprise adoption, the amount of institutional investors. Now you may be thinking, okay, why does this matter for something like Turbo? Again, generally speaking, it does matter in terms of creating a positive sentiment. I think people are beginning to understand that typically the good meme coins, they have a good community, they have a good fan base, and they're not going to disappear off into the abyss. We saw the Shiba Inu and Dogecoin blueprint. They haven't disappeared yet. And look at Pepe. That's done very well. Look at Floki. I predicted Floki to a T, by the way, because when I acquired Floki back in 2021 and it had a big dump, everyone said it was caca. But then I still acquired, and then guess what happened? Floki is pretty much one of the biggest meme coins out there as of right now. So the way you take a look at it is that when it comes to Turbo, the sentiment, I think, when it comes to meme coins is very positive as of right now, and I think that's going to greatly benefit it during this bull run. Not to mention, you take a look at, even according to Charles Hoskinson, in the next 1 or 2 years, he could very well see Bitcoin reaching anywhere between $250,000 all the way up to $500,000 based on a video that he was a part of back in November. So I think this bull run could be very special. And I think 2025 could really be a time to shine. If we take a look at Bitcoin and we use Charles Hoskinson's best case scenario time frame and worst case scenario price target, that means that judging based off that criteria, a year from November would be around November of this year in 2025, and then worst case price prediction would be $250,000. So again, if Bitcoin reaches $250,000 this year, I think Turbo at the price of 50 cents may seem a little bit bearish. Keep in mind, if it were to go to that price, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $33 billion. Still around $50 billion less than Dogecoin's all-time high market cap. I don't think it's too much to ask for, especially for a meme coin this special. And I think 2025 could be a very fantastic year, but only time will tell. I can't guarantee anything, and I don't know for sure, but I can only speculate. And I think this could be hypothetically something amazing, and I'm very excited. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's mainly the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.